Okay, I'm going to be really out of breath by the time we get done tonight. I'm going to be wearing quite a few hats this evening, so you're going to have to bear with me as I do announcing, as I do playing, as I do other things as well. But the first tune that we did tonight was Day by Day, and it was first recorded by Frank Sinatra all the way back in 1945. So that is a Sinatra well-known recorded number. We featured Donna Dorn on trumpet, and Dan Moser on bass. And yours truly on saxophone. The next tune is actually a Beatles tune. It dates back from 1966. It appeared on an album that they released that was called Revolver. We are going to feature as a soloist on this, Frank Ewing on tenor saxophone. It's called Here, There, and Everywhere. Okay, the next tune is a John Coltrane tune called Impressions. Impressions was inspired, believe it or not, by a tune by Brian Wilson, who was part of the Beach Boys. Okay, the tune was called, I'm sorry, that's from the last one. Here, There, and Everywhere. Okay, Impressions, John Coltrane, doesn't have anything to do with the Beach Boys. This is going to feature Manny O'Hemming and Frank Ewing. Here's a Coltrane fact. This is the only tune that got recorded by Coltrane once in the studio. He made numerous recordings of it live, and you can find those of him playing it live, but this was the only tune that he recorded one time in the studio. So this is Impressions. It's a modal tune. There's only like, 2 chord changes in the whole thing? So these guys have to be very creative. So Frank Ewing and Manny O'Hemming.
Impressions
Once again, that was Frank Ewing on tenor and Manny O'Hemming on trumpet. And had nothing to do with the Beach Boys. This next tune, I remember when it first came out. It was part of a piece that was called Suite for Flute and Jazz Piano Trio. And it's by a composer from France named Claude Bolling. Claude Bolling is big in France, like Michel Legrand. He has his own jazz group that tours all over the place. But he did this piece that was for classical flute and jazz piano trio. It was recorded by Bolling along with a flautist named Jean-Pierre Rompal and subsequent flautists. But it came out in '75. It was nominated for a Grammy that year. And we're going to have Michaela play a movement from that. It's actually 7 movements, but we're only going to do one called Ireland Days. It's classified in jazz as what we call third stream music. Third stream music was a term that was coined by a guy named Gunther Schuller. And Gunther Schuller was a classical French horn player that worked with Miles Davis on an album back in 1949 that was called Birth of the Cool. So it's no accident that we had this crossover that is taking place that has to do with jazz and classical music. So without any further ado, here's our quartet. Michaela Wilson on flute. Okay, Mood Indigo. This was originally created for a radio broadcast back in 1930 by Duke Ellington. Duke Ellington was a jazz piano player, composed and arranged over 2,000 compositions in the course of his lifetime. But the original title on this, I found out, was not Mood Indigo. It was called Dreamy Blues. And then they changed the title when Irving Mills, that owned a big publishing company, which Duke Ellington was a part of, they changed the title before it got published. So here is our version of Mood Indigo. That was Frank Hewing on the tenor sax, Matt Torrance on piano, and Kendall Johnson on guitar. Our next piece is White Christmas, which is the most recorded Christmas song written by Irving Berlin. This is going to feature Donna Dorn on trumpet, but this was composed by Irving Berlin back in 1940. And there's been numerous artists that have recorded this. Too many to mention tonight. So here's our Latin version of White Christmas. I just realized I neglected to tell you, we're going to change the program all around tonight. We're just going to play tunes, and then you have to guess what the tunes are. That was White Christmas. If you're wondering what happened to Red Clay is now. Red Clay is going to feature Manny O'Hemming and Ben Morris. Manny's playing trumpet, flugel, trumpet. And Ben Morris is playing guitar. This is a Freddie Hubbard composition. Freddie Hubbard was known for his hard bop and bebop, and then later he got into more of a blend of soul and funk, and that's what this tune is influenced by. So this is Red Clay. Thank you very much. We're going to take a 15-minute intermission, but there's a couple of things that I would like to mention to you. One is that we would really like for you to come back after intermission. There's another band after this. The other thing is that there is a basket out in the hallway, and if you've enjoyed what you heard tonight, we've really worked hard this semester getting it to sound this good. If you can afford it, please put a donation in there. It benefits the music and dance programs here at the college. So please join us in 15 minutes, and we'll see you then. Thank you.
Martin on piano.
Literally on the piano.
You're such a goof. I want to meet your parents. I've never met your parents. Where did this come from? Thank you.
Thank you. That was Bee Sting. It's a tune by Brandon Fields and Billy Childs. Brandon Fields is a session player playing saxophones in New York and LA. The next tune comes by way of Los Angeles, a guy named Gordon Goodwin. And Gordon Goodwin has a big band in LA, but Gordon Goodwin's thing isn't playing jazz per se. His thing is to write music for cartoons and movies. That's what he does for a living, but he also has a big band, and it's a really fantastic big band made up of LA session players. We're going to do one of his charts called Garage Gato. Now, the people in the band tell me that means garage cat. That's what it better mean. This is going to feature Ben Morris on guitar, but this is again, it's like a Latin samba thing. So, Garage Gato. Thank you very much. That was Garaje Gato, featuring Ben Morris on guitar. Would you please welcome to the stage Calla Behrens? This is one of the first semesters in a while that we've actually had vocalists in the band. But Calla doesn't only play, or she doesn't only sing. I don't know if you can see her back there, but she plays vibraphone. She's played a little bit of drums for us. I've heard her play guitar. What else do you play? Bass and piano. Okay.
Yes.
And she's already out there gigging. She's been doing showcases and that kind of thing in Jenkintown? No, Jenkintown, okay. So you can find her there. She's going to sing a tune called Is You Is or Is You Ain't My Baby. This dates from 1944. It was a Louis Jordan tune. When I was researching this, it was really weird. It came up as a crossover hit. Crossover means that it goes from one category of music into another category of music. But I was kind of shocked at the categories that it went into. It was a crossover hit for country music and rhythm and blues. So this is a little bit different. This is not a country version. We're going to feature Manny O'Hemming on trumpet with Harmon Mute. So, Is You Is or Is You Ain't My Baby?
A 1, a 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got a man who's always late anytime we have a date, but I love him. Yes, I love him. I'm gonna walk up to his gate and see if I can get it straight, 'cause I want him. I'm gonna ask him, is you is or is you ain't my baby? The way you're acting lately makes me doubt. You is still my baby, baby. It seems my flame in your heart done gone out. A man is just a creature who has always been strange. Just when you're sure of one, you find he's gone and made a change. Is you is or is you ain't my baby? Maybe baby's found somebody new. Or is my baby still my baby true? A man is just a creature who has always been strange. Just when you're sure of one, you find he's gone and made a change. Or is you ain't my baby? Maybe baby's found somebody new. Or is my baby still my baby true?
Barons. I just said to the guys up here, I feel like a juggler. Okay, this next selection, this is an original of mine. It's called I Remember Phil. Phil Woods passed away in late September, September 29th. I studied with Phil back in the mid-'80s. At the time, I was doing my master's work at Penn State, and I happened to hook up a lesson with him. He was living in the Delaware Water Gap. Has anybody here heard Phil Woods play live? Okay, I know you've heard his work because he's the guy that played the alto sax solo on the Billy Joel tune, Just the Way You Are. That was his claim to fame. That made him very much in demand in the recording studios, but he was a jazz player. He was the next great alto saxophonist that came after Charlie Parker, who was better known as Bird. Yeah, there he is up there. But you know, part of the human condition is that people pass in and out of our lives, and you never know until they're gone, you know, what kind of impact that they had. You feel that loss. I knew Phil Woods' music when I was in high school. I had a really good teacher, and he turned me on to his music, and it happened to be that he was on a Michel Legrand recording. As I recall, it was something called, I think it was called Images. That was the first time that I heard Phil Woods. And, you know, I play more than one instrument. I play all the saxes and flute and clarinet. And for every instrument, you know, I've kind of searched out a player that really, their sound and what they play touches my soul. And when I heard Phil Woods for the first time, I was like, that is the way music is supposed to sound. And I kind of modeled my playing on the alto sax after his playing. But this tune I just finished a few weeks ago, look at that, the toner's still wet on it. This is called I Remember Phil, and it's a Phil Woods tribute. He's going to be missed a lot. He was a huge staple in the jazz community, especially in Pennsylvania. Thank you. At this point, I think we have a change in the program. There was a tune that we had intended to do called I Know You. And I Know You, and it went. So it's gone. In its place, we're going to play, is it Misty that's up now? Okay, Misty. This is a standard that dates back from 1954, Errol Garner. Very great piano player. In the course of a semester, you know, we have many people that come in and out of the band, and sometimes it's hard to get to know, you know, who does what and, you know, what their main instrument is and that kind of thing. Usually by the end of the semester, I know what they play and everything. But in this band, I don't think I've ever had a band where all the players play so many different instruments. We were rehearsing a couple weeks ago in here, and one band left, and between groups, somebody sat down at the piano, and I know that both piano players left the room, and I heard somebody playing piano, and I didn't know who it was. I was like, who is that? Yeah, it was this guy, Teddy Austin. He's our lead trumpet player, our high note specialist. But he was just, you know, playing tunes on the piano, and they sounded great. And he said, "Can I play something on the concert?" I said, "Sure." I said, "You pick whatever song that you want, and we'll do it." So this is Misty. Austin. I'm going to draft him to play piano one of these upcoming semesters. Okay. This next tune is, it has several different names. Some people call it Corcovado. Other people call it Quiet Nights of Quiet Stars. It actually came out in the 1960s. It was written by a Brazilian composer named Antonio Carlos Jobim. Jobim contributed many tunes that are called bossa novas. Bossa novas were popular during the 60s. They actually crossed over into pop radio, but they were very popular on college campuses, being played in the coffee houses and whatnot. This particular one, I found out, has to do with the Corcovado Mountain in Rio de Janeiro. So Calla is going to sing her version of Quiet Nights of Quiet Stars.
When you wish upon a star,
Calabarons. Kendall Johnson on guitar. Manny O'Hemming on flugelhorn. At this time, we're also going to welcome to the stage another vocalist. At one time, I had the two brothers in the band. This was I think a long time ago. One of the first years that we had the band. Are there any more Morrises at home? Yeah? One? One? Okay. What do they play?
Drums.
She sings?
There's another one.
Okay. Just looking for recruits. Okay, so Emma Morris is going to join us to sing Revelation. This is a jazz fusion thing. The group that performed it was a group called the Yellow Jackets. The Yellow Jackets is like celebrating probably 30 years of playing. The first recording that they did of this was on on an album called Shades, and then they re-recorded with the group Take Six on an album called Live Wires. But it's like a gospel rock type of thing. We're going to feature Emma and Calla on vocals, and Ben Morris is going to do the guitar solo. But this is a Russell Ferrante tune, Revelation.
Revelation is here. I'm so glad.
Morris, Ben Morris, Calabarons, MCCC Performance Jazz Ensemble. Thank you very much. That is all we have prepared for tonight. But before you go, a couple reminders. One is that the donation basket is out in the hallway. Please hit that on your way out. If you go out the doors and to the right, there's going to be a brief reception with some refreshments, free food. Get there before the band does, okay? They'll be out in a minute. But thank you very much for coming out to the concert, and we hope that you'll join us again. Thank you. Happy holidays to you all.